everybody, this is Mr. Whitaker again with another iPad Basics video. Today we're going to cover actually how to create your own iTunes classroom. So let's go ahead and go into our iTunes View class. As you see here, this is the dashboard view. This is where I have most of my classes. You're actually going to click in the top plus sign there to create a course. And this is the first setup here. So you have to, of course, name your course. These are all the mandatory steps here. Because this is a test, I'm just going to call this the test course. I'm also going to give this a section. You don't have to do that, but if you want to, you can, especially if you want to kind of differentiate between your two courses. It's also a good idea to give your course a description. That way students know exactly what class they're actually entered in. Now, in past cases, you couldn't actually move on without adding a photo. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a placeholder photo for now. It's going to be a little bit finicky. It's probably going to ask for a 600 by 600 size photo. So just do your best to find one that actually works. Once you get past that setting, as you see for us, we already have our school now and all that kind of stuff set up. So you can choose a category. I'm going to go ahead and pick literature because I'm an English teacher. And then next, what I'm going to do actually is pick the type of course. Now you can choose self-paced, or you can choose in session. In session is the one where you choose your dates, and that's course kind of closes and opens at a specific date. Or you can do self-paced and just set it at a specific limit that can be anywhere from 1 week to 100 weeks. I'm actually going to make an arbitrary number, just pick a super far ahead limit, because I just figured, you know, kids can have as long as they need to have. Okay, once you have all that, notice that I have discussions turned on because I do want kids to be able to talk to one another in my course. Then I'm going to choose a license. This is really up to you. Do you want this to be a shareable course? Do you want it where people can actually access things that you create? Do you want to give people access with permissions? Or do you want to go all rights reserved, meaning that no one can use your stuff without your permission? This is pretty much all up to you. I don't really know. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know exactly which one you should pick. I'm just going to pick one random one, attribution non-commercial, which basically means people have to give permission for using whatever I create in my course, and they can't make money off of it either. So once you're done, you're going to go ahead and create your course, and what this is doing is actually making sure that it can populate everything in the iTunes catalog. So now you see here I have my test assignment. That's the name of this course, and towards the end I'm going to actually add something here so you all can join my classroom, so you can see what all this stuff looks like from the student view. I know that's been a concern for a lot of teachers. So what we're looking at right now is actually the dashboard. On the dashboard, it's kind of the navigation for you and also for your students. If you see here, I'm actually adding a new page to the dashboard. This is probably a good place where you can add something like your syllabus, your rules, or your expectations in your classroom. The other tabs on the left are going to be your outline, which is going to be really important soon. You can also tap on the Instructor View, add more information about yourself, like your email, things like that. Then the overview just tells basic information about the course. Now at the bottom of the screen is actually your other navigation. So we're on the Info tab, and now we're going to go to Posts. So as a student and even as an instructor, this is where you do things like add assignments and where students would go to find assignments and posts. There's also a Notes tab, or Materials tab, where you can add notes, course information. It can be audio or video notes, and then the Materials will be a great place for you to store things like full textbooks or websites that you want kids to always have and be able to access. The Administrators tab is actually one of the biggest parts of this classroom, because this is where you can actually open your course up for enrollment. You can also set it to auto approve, and you see that code there. That's really important. That's the code you're going to use to enroll kids. If you're in a classroom, you can actually tap share code and airdrop it to your course if you like, or your kids if you like, but make sure that auto approve is turned on if you want to be able to give kids a chance to auto enroll this. As you can see, those are the different methods that you can actually share the code. You can even just write the code on your board if you like. If you go into the Instructors tab, you have the option to add a collaborator, another teacher, and then you look at the licensing, that's where you actually chose. You can actually edit it from here. So that's the overview. Let's go back to the outline. The outline is actually super important because this is what your students are going to use to navigate throughout the course. You can set it up by subject, by day, by chapter, whatever you like, whatever is best for your classroom. But at the end of the day, this is going to be what students will navigate to. They will click on each point of the outline, and that's what's going to take them to their assignments. You can't set up assignments before you set out an outline, actually. So now that I have an outline, I'm going to go ahead and create an assignment on the posts part here. So I'm under the topic day 1, so that's kind of the best way to assign something. I'm going to create a test assignment title. You have to make sure you have a title and a description. Anytime you want a student to turn something into you, it has to be an assignment that you're actually going to enable hand-in. You can also enable grading if you like. All that does is just enable where you can add a score there. Now I'm going to actually attach material here. This is something that is actually really important, especially if you want students to be able to write on a document and turn it into you. As you can see, I'm accessing my Google Drive to find most of the information or any document that I want a student to work on. That's also a great place where you can put things like directions for things that you want students to actually do on the assignment. So on the message tab, this is a great place to also add directions. So I can say something like, make sure that you write in complete sentences, or make sure that you place the document back into Classroom. Whatever you want to say to your students, that's going to be a good place to do it. Each student will get their own message that you wrote. It wouldn't be customizable per se, but it would be something that every kid gets. So now there's an assignment there. You see there's a little icon with a hand holding the paper. That's what lets you know that this is an assignment that actually can be turned in, and that's also a signal to the students that that's an assignment that can be turned in. Now let's take a look at iTunes U from the desktop. This is actually a great place to go and get a little bit more functionality from the desktop than you can from your iPad, which a lot of us are trained to do. So you go to itunesu.itunes.apple.com, or you can search for that on Google. And there's a good reason actually to come to the desktop version of this. You have a little bit more robust controls over settings and things like that. You can share your course, you can send a copy of a course as well, and it's a lot easier to do that from here. Some teachers have had issues with that when they were sharing or copying from their iPad. So this gives you a lot more control over things like what students are. You can see your grade view a lot easier from the desktop, and this is actually a really powerful way to interact with iTunes U. So again, here's that course code. Go in and play around. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope this was helpful.